Okay, so this next adventure I'm going to tell you about is when a time that me and Preston went on a canoe trip. And there was four of us, and you had the option to choose like a tandem canoe or do it by yourself. So me and Preston chose our own. There was another couple that went with us, and they were on a tandem kayak, and then we had our guide. And we were going. It started raining on us, and so I remember the tour guide mentioning that the water was a lot higher than it usually is. So it should have been a really easy canoeing trip, but it wasn't. And me and Preston are not big on canoeing. I mean, like, we like canoeing, but we don't go often enough to be experienced at canoeing. So we kind of it probably was too more experienced for what we needed to do. So we were going, and I remember him telling me that you got to keep your canoe straight when you hit the waves, like the rapid parts, or else if you turn, then you're going to end up getting flipped over. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep my canoe straight. And I was keeping it straight. And I got really close to this like huge boulder, and I was like, I'm gonna hit this boulder if I don't turn. I was like, but I gotta hit this wave straight. So I hit the one wave straight, got it, okay, cool. And then after I hit that first wave straight, I couldn't keep it straight for the next one. And I knew I was about to flip over. So I just kind of let it happen. The water was freezing cold. We had a bodysuit on. I remembered him telling me, you know, keep your feet up, going down first, and keep your head out of the water, and like yell for help. So I still had my paddle, and so I'm yelling. The couple that was in front of us, or they were in front of me, and the tour guide was in front of me, and I remember them holding on to like I guess some kind of vegetation was sticking out of the water, and they grabbed onto that and were holding onto that place. So I was kind of making my way down towards them, and Preston was behind me. And so I remember Preston started, he decided he was going to try to get this canoe loose. It actually got stuck in a whirlpool, so it was just twisting and twisting and twisting. And so he was like, I'm going to go get it. And I was like, yeah, babe, go get that canoe. You got it. So anyways, I'm floated. The tour guide had jumped out of his canoe. The tandem couple was holding on to the canoe for him, and he ended up getting me out, pulled me up, and I'm on his canoe. So so mind you, okay, so the way we're watching this as it happens is I've got, like, we're facing backwards to where the canoe was at. So I've got the tandem couple on this side of me. I'm in this one the tour guide's canoe. We're watching that way. So right in front of us is where my canoe was at. So Preston's trying to get the canoe out of this whirlpool spot, and he couldn't get it, so he gave up. So he starts coming, and he's going this way of us. So now we got Preston coming down this way, and I got the tour guide who decided to go up on the land and like walk around, and he was going to jump and get my canoe. And I was like, well, all right, you go. So we're watching him, you know, do this extravagant jump, and we're watching Preston on this side, and Preston ends up going too far out to be able to come, like, swing back around and get us. But there's like this little sandy beach area on the other side, and we're like, well, just go to that. And I don't know what he was thinking. He probably had seen where I and the tour guide were closer to the spot that we were at, and it was actually very shallow, so we were able to stand up and walk on it a little bit. And Preston just decides to jump out of his canoe, and I don't know why he decided to do that, and it still makes me laugh because he's just over there flailing around, and he didn't have to be, and so he's soaking wet over there. And the guy was like, we were like, well, somebody's got to go save Preston now. And so the tour guide's out still trying to get my canoe, and we're watching Preston flail in the water trying to get back into his canoe. And so I get onto the canoe with the couple, and so me and her, it's going to be me and the girl out of that couple together, and the guy takes the tour guide's boat to go save Preston. And so the guys end up going over towards the towards the water, or towards that little beachy area that I was talking about, and the tour guide somehow gets our raft, and he's coming back with the raft. And so me and this girl are like, well, okay, we'll go over to the beach area because that's where everybody's at. So we go over to this beach area, and so that's how we ended up going to that area. And then we still had to go a ways to go actually get back to the bus so that we could leave. And so we were down one. Preston lost his paddle, so we're down a paddle, and we end up the couple that's on the tandem one gave Preston a paddle, and then I had a paddle, so we could all get our canoes back to the place. And me and Preston about missed the exit because the water was so high that it was pulling us so fast that we couldn't paddle over fast enough to get to the exit. So that could have just been worse as well. But we ended up getting out. And of course, Preston decided that he had carried his phone with him. So needless to say, after that adventure, Preston got a new phone.